Dad, I got the post in the West Field. I hit some granite, but I jammed it through.
Yeah, with my anti-granite cultivator.
How has this idiot kept his powers secret for so long?
Clark tries to Pete his way in.
Well, if you like, I could be your escort on Saturday. You know, so I can fend off the throngs of adoring fans.
/ supervillains.
I'd like that. And Clark, promise me you'll make it this time.
I promise.
And so clearly now we know Clark will not make it. This is so set in stone, it might as well be one of those fence posts. Meanwhile, Jody claims that she's given up on the shakes. Then she has a shake.
Look, I can only get them for 2 months out of the year. I am gonna have a shamrock shake while I still can. Oh, mint flavor. Oh, you're so strange and unidentifiable, but I love you so much.
So Jody gets even skinnier, gets down to normal Amy Adams mode, and then starts pigging out. Seems like a regular Friday night to me. And since it seems like it's just Jody and her dad living here, I think Dad must be kind of a junk food nut.
And kind of a jerk for stocking this much of it right in her face when Jody's trying to diet.
So Jody gets upset and goes out driving in the night, as one does, and then hits a deer. As one does in Smallville. And then... And that's supposed to be scary?
You gotta be kidding me!
Okay, let's take account of how many powers drinking these kryptonite shamrock shakes apparently grants you. Okay, one, there's the super fast weight loss, which is apparently accompanied by super elastic skin, and now there's the ability to completely unhinge your jaw like a freaking python.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the image of this episode they used for the DVD menu. This is what they were proud of.
This is what they want you to remember.
I've got everything that I need right in front of me.
Oh God, she's eating that deer. That's disgusting. Oh,
okay, here's some super manly behavior, voyeurism and stalking.
Getting your morning Lana fix?
Chloe, can't you respect other people's privacy?
Chloe, the intrepid reporter of the series, investigates this dead deer and finds that it died of unknown causes. So she corrals Clark into going with her to investigate, and they break and enter the veterinary office.
Chloe, it's open.
The lab report says the deer lost something like 80% of its body fat. It's like it's been liposuctioned to death.
And so we find out exactly what Jody has become. You know what? You say it.
What do you think it is, Chloe? Some fat-sucking vampire in town?
This is Smallville, Clark.
You silly, of course the writing's this bad.
Now Jody's really getting scared that she's screwed up her body somehow with her green slurry McFlurries, but she still won't tell her dad what's going on, or even let him see her.
Oh my God! Look at the size of that bathroom!
Dustin, the bully douche from before, also known as Gristle McWorthless,
Pillsbury douchebag.
hits on Jody now that she's skinny, and she tries to seduce him for some reason. You just have that packlet charm about you.
You are good.
Follow me.
How are things on the party front?
Oh, good, more Lana drama.
Haven't you ever had a happy birthday?
Once. Went to a drive-in. It was with my parents.
Again, this is actually a nice scene, and it has a nice little coda at the end. And now it's time for sexy fat vampire boiler room comeuppance.
And Paeter thinks this show's stupid.
Well, what can I say?
You can say you're sorry.
Teeth are for chewing.
Clark comes to help and finds Dustin has been lipoed to raisinhood, apparently.
That's about how I felt after that 24-hour gaming marathon.
Meanwhile, Lex visits Dr. Hamilton. No, not him, the other Dr. Hamilton. Yes, the one who helped build Skynet. And they start talking about meteors. Hamilton's been studying meteors for a while.
Sorry, my funding is private, and so are my results.
When you change your mind, you know where to find me.
At Lex's mansion, we're setting up Lana's party still. Yay. And we learn that it was Lex who set up Whitney being gone. a story point I didn't mention earlier, because he really wants Clark to get set up with Lana. Yay.
Lex is a Klana shipper, apparently.
And if you already know what Klana is, shame on you. And so Chloe has used her intrepid reporter skills to read the script and discover the entire thing. So now Pete's dating a vampire. And Pete comes to pick her up, and she has to go back in really quick.
Well, you don't buy bullies, you just rent them. Oh, come on, what are you, 3?
And so Pete follows her into the house, even though she's actually begging him to leave.
Smart move there, Pete. Real smart.
Pete, please go home.
Don't even make me summon rats and pigeons to attack you!
And as promised, she attacks Pete. Ladies and gentlemen, Nicole Kidman in a surprising cameo. Man, that was mean. Clark comes in and follows her into the greenhouse. She's about to kill Clark, and then she sees a reflection in the broken glass.
Oh no, I'm normal.
They could have done this more cleverly if they had had the balls to cast an actress who was naturally a little bit heavier and looked worse at a lower weight. Had her either lose some weight for the role or do clever things with makeup and the camera to make her look too skinny. Have her get skinny enough that she starts looking bad, she starts looking sick, her eyes are sunken, her clothes are hanging off her. That way when she sees what she's done to herself, you understand why she'd be horrified. As it is, it seems like drinking the kryptonite smoothies gave her exactly what she wanted. You could even take this episode to draw the completely opposite conclusion. Hey girls, you should do what Jodie did in this episode. Do desperate things to be skinny. As long as they actually work, who cares about the other consequences?
And so she blows up the greenhouse. Point goes to Paeter there. But despite all this, Clark saves her, because at the core this is still a Superman story, no matter what you say, Paeter. And so after all this, we go back to the party. Because why wouldn't we go to the party after a life and death struggle?
Shockingly, Clark has stood Lana up yet again.
Jody Melville's on the way to Metropolis General. Her father's gonna meet her there.
Clark, I'm sorry about the party.
I promised Lana I'd be there. I can't believe I let her down.
Because it's not like Clark has a valid, non-secret excuse like someone was attacking his friend, or someone's greenhouse blew up. Nope, gotta hide it. The Kents discuss commitments with Clark. And again, this is actually a good scene. This is really the spirit of, especially early Smallville, is the parents teach Clark his lessons, which is always supposed to be the core of Superman. He had very good parents who taught him right and wrong.
Maybe.
Lex gets the results of his physical at last, and goes to blackmail Hamilton into helping him study the meteors.
Here I thought you got kicked out of Metropolis University for your meteor theories. But apparently it was your student-teacher relations. I wonder if the Smallville police have you registered.
Yeah, that sort of thing is against policy at most universities, but it's not illegal. I mean, they're all adults.
What you're looking for could take years. I'm a patient man.
Would you dance?
Ah, the time capsule music of Smallville. If you want to date the episode that it was filmed in, just listen to the end of the episode. Just about any episode. So Clark makes his excuses to Lana as usual, but then he gives her his gift.
Now would you die? The one you love.
Pass the popcorn.
That's actually a heartwarming scene, and a nice way to end an awful episode. Well, and there you have it. Craving. It sucks. What a shock.
See? See, I told you.
I never argued that for this episode. I just don't think it speaks for the entire series.
Really? After all the Smallville cliches we talked about, you still like this show?
Well, yeah, I mean, how bad can it be? The actors aren't terrible. Even the weak ones are still decent, and there's a lot of good acting in this episode. It's weak, and it fumbles a lot, but that's because it's trying something big, and when this show hit the bullseye, it hit it right on. It's It's Superman, for crying out loud.
But this episode is a piece of kryptonite-laced crap.
Oh yes, definitely kryptonite.
Kryptonite, if you will.
Oh, nice. Can I use that?
Don't encourage her, Paeter. Listen, every series has fumblings, and you get a lot of those at the beginning of a series run. It's got bad episodes. Every show has bad episodes. Even your beloved Farscape.
How dare you question the awesomeness of Farscape?
Jeremiah Crichton.
No!
Huh. Well, now we know Paeter Frandsen's kryptonite. Good to know for the future. So as usual, decide for yourselves. But as for me, I'm calling Craving a bad episode of Smallville. By the way, Oscar and Kim, I'm still going to do Star Trek in the future. I'm not turning to just Smallville here.
I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. And when a girl walks in with an itty bitty waist and a round thing in your face, you get sprung. Wanna pull up tough, cause you notice that butt was stuffed deep in the jeans she's wearing. I'm hooked and I can't stop staring. Oh baby, I wanna get whipped up and take your picture. My homeboys tried to warn me, but that butt you got makes me so horny. Ooh, rumpa smooth skin. You say you wanna get in my bins? Well, use me, cause you ain't that average groupie. I seen her dancing. To hell with romancing. She's sweat, wet. Got it going like a turbo vet. I'm tired of magazines. Send flat butts all the thing. Take the average black man and ask him that. She gotta pack much back. So, fellas, has your girlfriend got your butt? Hell tell her shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake that healthy butt. Baby got ballet feet with the open booty. Baby got ballet feet with the open booty. Ballet feet with the open booty. I like them round and big. And when I'm throwing a gig, I just can't help myself. I'm acting like an animal. Now here's my scandal. I wanna get you home and double up. I ain't talking about Playboy, cause silicone parts are made for toys. I want them real thick and juicy, so find that juicy double. Mix a lot's in trouble, begging for a piece of that bubble. So I'm looking at rock videos. Knock-knee bimbos walking like hoes. You can have them bimbos, I'll keep my women like Flojo. A word to the thick soul sisters, I wanna get with ya. I won't cuss or hit ya, but I gotta be straight when I say I wanna. Till the break of dawn, baby, got it going on. A lot of simps won't like this song, cause them punks like to hit it and quit it. And I'd rather stay and play, cause I'm long and I'm strong and I'm down to get the friction on. So ladies, when you wanna roll my Mercedes, then turn around, stick it out. Even white boys got the shout. Baby got back.
I hate these episodes. All of them.